mistakes. Yes. All right, we're live.
Boy.
Shit.
Oh no.
Looks like our audio's working.
Hello,
We're on the right
everyone.
channel.
Hello.
Crazy.
Super
Oh my
crazy.
goodness.
We've done two things right tonight. Let's call a game.
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone. It's Friday on Defenders of Kobolds. That means we're playing Anvea, the system I'm developing, and dragging everyone through to playtest it for me. Free labor. It's
Free labor.
the best kind. Yeah. Last time when we left off, you guys had just got the Jack in the Box crank from the witch. You returned it to Percy, who in turn gave you guys a music box that he ripped out of himself and tried to replace with a bird, which did not work. And then he left to roam the countryside looking for a new song. Then you got some upgrades too. Turned in some favors in the town. Got some weapons and armor modified. You also were ambushed along the road by people trying to capture you. And I can't remember if I said who they were last time, but because you had the patches and stuff and you talked to them.
You mentioned it. I just don't remember.
Yeah. They were...
They kidnapped casters and forced them to dig shovels. Yeah, they dig shovels.
Yes.
They dig shovels in a hole.
That's where shovels come from. In holes, yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the East Lock Initiative was the name of them. So they're basically digging a giant trench, trying to cut the deep basin off from the rest of the continent. And they gave up doing it with mundane labor, and now they're just capturing wizards and forcing them into slave labor to do it.
That's
Sounds
right.
like another campaign we're playing in.
That's right. Someone wasn't here last time. A car was looking after the animals.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean,
So, yeah.
he was babysitting the animals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we stole their
you
prison
guys,
wagon, so now we've got a zoo cage.
Also, the head kept bleeding.
Oh yeah,
like
that is true.
Yeah. So then
you guys had killed the monster and found that its head was still like regenerating slowly and trying to heal itself.
So I assume we're just continuously killing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, every 2 to 3 hours, somebody just stabs the hell out of it.
We got a problem. Like
We could just put it on a frying pan.
I did throw it in a fire for a little bit,
and that did not fully
charred it up. And then when they looked at it again a few hours later, it was less charred.
So, like, just imagine, like, we've got this head, we've been stabbing it, we've been burning it, and it's still regenerating. And we just left that thing's body lying there in the cave.
Yep.
We know now we don't know now, but we are soon about to find out what's happened with that body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did we go back to find it?
That's what we're doing.
Yep, we are going back to look for it.
And that's how the last session ended. So you guys got ambushed by the East Lock Initiative. You killed all of them. There were 2 wizards that were...
That's what we're going to find in that cave, by the way.
Okay. Whose face is that?
Scary.
What is that?
Gary Busey.
Oh, okay. All right. You had killed everyone. There were 5 people that ambushed you. 2 of them were these wizards that were like in slave labor. You learned that the wizards have a choice between slave labor or going out to find people to replace their slave labor. And that's who they were. You executed one of them when they didn't give you a confident answer that they wouldn't return to trying to find people to replace them. And then the other one said losing magic was not worth dying for, and he was fine just living out his days as a mundane dude. So he escaped, or you guys let him go. And you had their like prison cart which had 2 horses, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
for it to pull it. And it was right around that time that you guys thought maybe you should go back and check on the body of this regenerating creature that you beheaded, see what happened with that. And you brought the cart with you. And that's where we ended. So like you guys had just pulled up to the mouth of this cave. You had the prison cart. It was like a little bit slower to get out there with this cart. It was a little bit of off-roading, but not so much that it was like impossible. But just a slightly reduced speed.
Presumably, we're going to come back with 2 heads and 1 body now.
Maybe. I'm just
That's
glad nobody ate it.
Because then it would expand inside of them, catastrophically exploding them from the inside out.
Indeed.
Yeah, I don't think anyone ingested any bit of it.
No.
Chuck, I think, got clawed by it. Someone got clawed, like bounced by it. I can't remember.
Might have been me.
I stayed pretty far back the entire time.
Yeah, I think I got hit by it.
Would have been you then. Yeah. So that's where we're picking it up. The party has your cart just pulling up to the mouth of this cave. Let's go through and do character introductions again. I think I forgot to do that the last few times. But
What?
everyone go through and introduce who you're playing.
Fuck, who am I?
Yeah. Chuck, who are you?
I guess I'm Rudigar. I am the primary caretaker of our traveling petting zoo. Currently, our petting zoo consists of a puffin by the name of Puffin Daddy, a crab by the name of Brian Crabston, a goat who is recovering by the name of That's All She Goat, a chicken by the name of Punky Rooster, and then the second chicken by the name of Hennifer Garner. And I also have a bow and arrow, and I shoot stuff, and I'm a halfling, and I'm sneaky. Yeah.
That is all accurate. John, who are you playing?
I'm playing Lonan Darkheart, and I am a bit of a spellcaster, a little different. Some would say odd gnome, some short. I have creepy tattoos of like spidery things, and like spider eyes and so forth. And yeah, that's me.
Yep. Dan, who are you playing?
I'm playing a car, our magic melee man. Yeah. / healer. When he remembers.
Yeah. Did you pick up the healing skill or cantrip last time?
I've had it forever, like the whole campaign.
Great.
That's good. That's cool.
Just only used it once.
Fantastic.
I assume I like slap people back to health because my focus is physically oriented.
Vigorous shiatsu massage.
Yeah.
All
Slap
right.
some flex seal on it.
I
Who you
am
playing?
Ahab Levine Sherman, who is an aspiring monster hunter and now co-owner of a petting zoo. The positive development.
Mm-hmm. We're moving on up.
Yeah.
And lastly, Alex, who are you playing?
I'm playing Gareth Belmont, a guy who can't do anything magical because he hasn't spent his XP yet, but eventually he will and be doing wisdom-based magic, I assume. Coming up soon.
Sweet.
I hate to say it, but I
All
have to
right.
step away for a second. I shall return. Have some Gary Busey's in the meantime.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no.
We shall.
Gary Busey. His teeth are
Yeah.
made of hot tub tiles.
A lot of you are outside. It's a little bit after like mid-afternoon, a few hours left of the day. You pretty much have enough time that like unless a lot of craziness happens that you'll be getting back to town right around nightfall, if everything goes mostly well, without too many delays or anything. And you don't see anything different about the cave. Don't hear anything. Same place you were before.
Is there any like? I want to look and see if there's like any drag marks or anything like that. Like something
Sure.
maybe, in case something dragged it out of the cave or it dragged itself out.
Yeah, give me like a discern or an observe test.
Okay. I will use my cantrip for discerning.
Okay.
And then, what was the context?
This would be Warren or Wild.
Or nature, you mean?
Nature. Yes.
I'm not gonna push that. I didn't see nothing.
Yeah, you try to focus and spider eyes look around a little bit, but you don't really see anything. As far as you can tell, it looks like nothing's really changed. Like the only tracks you see are the ones that you just made pulling up, and the ones that you left last time. But doesn't look like anything's changed from how you remember it.
All right. Should still theoretically be in there.
Mhm.
So,
Who
I have a
has
quick
the skull, by the way? I think that was Chuck, right?
I don't think I have it.
yeah,
I think I have it.
Chuck, you muted.
I had its head for a while, but I don't know if I do. So yeah, I think maybe
I
Al's
think
got it.
I think we mounted it on the cart, didn't we?
Did we?
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't remember. It
quick-
was on Jake's sword for a while.
But then I
That's
got
it.
rid of
I
the sword,
burnt
and I
it.
think that's when.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
burnt it, and then you skewered it with your sword and baked it a little bit.
hmm
Quick question for you, Joe. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Since I get hit with a lingering like fallout last time that made me sleepy time, did I refresh my pool for physical or not?
Yes, that would have been a physical refresh. So you'd be back at 0. Yeah. And I don't think you guys
Yay.
have long rested yet. It's like still
have
the
not.
same day that you guys were ambushed earlier in the day. Because you like ventured a little bit
Right.
along the path
So-
to go back to the previous town.
Mhm.
Um,
So I still have my
eventually back
fatigue, but my pool would be refreshed.
right.
Okay.
Would I
Yeah.
still be at
That'd be-
broken from 2 sessions ago?
Are you a pro? How did that
Oh
happen?
yeah, I'm super fatigued if I remember correctly.
I didn't play last Friday because I was not available.
Do you all ever just like
Uh,
try doing better?
I mean,
Nope.
no.
Nah.
Why? Look, I'm too old to try. That's a young man's game.
That's fair.
Yeah, Dan.
No.
So last session we did a long rest and a short rest. So you can clear your fatigue and long and short rest.
Okay.
And the long rest is you heal the highest of your stats in one pool, or the lowest of your stats in all pools.
Yep.
And then short rest is you heal 2 points in one pool or 1 point in all pools.
Okay. That would put me almost at full.
Okay. Cool. There's that. Did anyone else have a question about where they were at? Alex, did you have one?
Mm-mm. No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
But yeah, so you guys are all back out. You don't see anything different about the mouth of the cave. Jake, if you have the skull, you notice it's like moving a little bit.
Hmm.
'Cause I think you guys like have it in a pillowcase right now. is
Mhm.
what
Yeah,
I
we had it
remember.
tied up by the mouth.
Oh yeah, we gagged it. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah. So you feel it like kind of rustling a little bit in your bag.
Maybe it'll bring us to its body.
Maybe it's got a little tiny
chocolate.
mini body growing off of it.
Little
If it
tiny
does, I'll be
arms and
very
legs.
upset.
Yeah.
It's in the bag still. You're not sure, but
Yeah, I'll suppose I'll fish it out since it's gagged. I don't have to worry about it biting me.
Yeah. So you pull the pillowcase back. Looks like more of its skin's regrown. You see there's like a little bit of like a nub of the bottom of its spinal cord that's like kind of poking out, and its skin's like flayed out, and there's almost like these little tendrils of flesh sticking out that are just kind of like feeling, probing around. And you see like lots of spots of dried blood in the pillowcase too. It doesn't have any open wounds at the moment. Yeah. And it doesn't, it looks like it's a bit harder down too on the bit of the pillowcase that's gagged, and like its skin's grown almost into the bit that's gagging it. But it seems to be like this is the movement that you're seeing, is like these little like tendril things growing off of its neck flesh.
So we all collectively
Each
start
part.
stomping on it, don't we? That's what we're all doing, right?
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
fine.
Let's just put it on the ground and let's just.
We're just gonna have a good old fashioned Gears of War curb stomping.
Hey, wait.
I also have another idea.
Yeah.
We can still stomp it, but then afterwards, somebody got a knife. Because let's skin it. Let's see if it's the skin that's maybe doing the regenerating, or if it's the whole thing itself. I'm kind of curious to find out.
Okay.
I am too.
Let's
I'm
do
still
it.
curb stopping.
Oh yeah. Let's
Okay.
Let's peel
Yeah, you
off
guys stomping around a lot.
the rind, the peel.
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly the word that is used for that, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
Save that. That makes good
Is
tinsel
it
for the
the
holiday.
Yeah.
pith? No, that would be underneath. It's like the muscle.
Humans are covered in a rind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those darn rindy humans.
This is my rind.
I'm gonna write to like fucking Webster and be like, you need to change. Like, you can keep the definition for degloving, but you just need to change the word to like peeling.
So who is peeling this head?
I
have
don't
a
exactly
hand
want
axe.
to, but
Yeah. Whoever
Yeah,
wants
I have
to go
a
for
hand
it.
axe if anybody wants to start it up.
Nope.
That was my
I'll take.
idea.
There's
I'll
a few
start
different
it.
skills depending on how you want to go about it. I can see either melee or dexterity contributing to it.
I got dexterity. I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
I don't.
After stomping on a lot, the tendrils have kind of stopped moving.
Any
They're just kinda
context
coming-
on this?
This would be occult or Warren. Wow.
I will take my 3 successes.
That's nice.
Okay.
Nice.
And this is just a dexterity test, right? Like just a standard dexterity skill test. Okay, perfect. And you're using a hand axe? Or did you have a knife or a dagger or something else that you were going
No, because that's all I've got.
Okay.
It would just be the hand axe that Al handed to me.
Okay. So yeah, you put the hand axe in, bury it a little bit, and start just filleting the skin off of this thing. It seems to separate a little bit easier than you were expecting. The skull is very, very solid underneath, and it's like doesn't seem to be like normal. It's like almost a metallic color to it. It's got this weird like bluish hue. As you're peeling it off, it looks pretty much normal until you like come across the face. There's not really like a hole where a nose should be. The teeth are much longer and like go up farther into the face than it should, and come down like farther into the jaw.
Interjection.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
she
a
said.
beaver.
Okay. And as you peel back on the face too, there are two like very pale looking, kind of like the milky sort of look that eyes have. But they're kind of spinning slowly, like as if they're trying to look at something. And they're kind of coordinated.
Were the eyes originally covered with skin?
Yes, there's like no orifices anywhere on this whole thing. Even its mouth is like closed up by skin, and it has to tear it open to eat things.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The only part of this thing that has a break in its skin are these like weird gill kind of folds it's got in its chest.
What up, Eddie?
Okay. And yeah, well,
You see this weird.
yeah. So, Al, what do you think about that? As I like put the skin like off to the side, I'm keeping an eye on the skin, and somebody else keep an eye on that.
Well, I wouldn't be opposed to scooping those eyeballs out and setting those on fire. Or I suppose we could just stick the skull into a fire and roast the eyes that way.
One by one, we'll make some grapes.
I mean, like, yeah, definitely breaking this thing into smaller pieces will surely be helpful because it'll take it longer to reform. Like, I wonder, like, maybe we should go and like kill the body and like go talk to like a specialist. Like, how do we make this thing permanently dead? Or alternative, we feed some of that skin to Hennifer Gardner and see if she turns into a monster.
I feel like that could be a bad outcome for Hennifer Gardner.
You're right. We better get another chicken.
Yeah. You're just going to name it, and it won't be that chicken either. And then you're just going to feed it to somebody's like horse.
Somebody's kid that
you're
we don't know. You're
going to feed it to the horses, aren't you?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want to accidentally power up a horse.
Yeah.
They're already too strong.
I tell you what, you're kind of sneaky. Why don't you just take a peek in there?
Fuck yeah.
And yell real loud. If it's moving around.
I thought you meant as I was snaking, like that's anti-snaking.
No.
I'm going to sneak in that big hole in the ground.
Okay.
And do some eyeballing.
Roll your conceal.
All right.
Got to move around at the speed of sound.
So this is agility, concile. Would you say this is urban or common?
It is not urban or common.
Okay.
Although I will say you've been to this cave before, so you can take an advantage.
It's common to us now.
The fuck do you do an advantage with?
Am I still
is it just
5
one?
fatigue?
Just push up, like do 1 on the modifier.
Okay.
Modifier is just like if you do like -1, it pulls 1 out of the pool.
You should be fatigue free, right, Gareth?
No,
you guys have not had a long rest since.
Oh, that's right.
You still have
the same day.
Yeah. But if you got knocked out from with the lingering like from the gas, your pools refresh.
Right. That would have healed all of your physical.
That I don't think I fell asleep to that.
The 2 successes.
I forget who it was that got knocked out.
Me.
I thought it was. I know John. There was someone else that got knocked out. I thought it was John and Alex.
But he got up.
I think I did later on. Later on, I think I did.
Yeah, like right at the end of the fight.
Yeah.
Because it was like right after you got dropped that Chuck made them surrender. Because you guys had killed all the riflemen. So yeah, your physical should clear.
Okay.
And be back to full. 2 successes. All right, so you feel pretty confident about how snaky you're being. You snake your way through the tunnel. You know that it's far enough in that you would have a hard time yelling out to the rest of the people if they're all the way outside of the cave. So I don't know if that changes how people want to move, but the way this cave works in a lot of confined spaces, there's kind of like a range limit of zones. So there's only 2 zones of interaction that you can have like while you're in the cave. You need to be about 4 zones in to where his body was. So I don't know if other people want to follow in, stay like a little bit back. But pretty much if everyone's staying on the outside of the cave, they won't be able to hear Chuck if he goes all the way in.
I'm
Well,
going
if
in.
he's heading too much further in, then I'll head in after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so
You want me to stay here and keep an eye on these bits, or come with you guys?
Make sure the skin doesn't do anything.
Skin has seemed inert since it's been separated from the bone.
We should take this. I can't say that. I'm not there. I have an idea when I get back, though.
Okay.
All right, you move in about halfway, and then don't see it yet. So you feel it's probably back where you guys, or it's at least far enough in that it might be back where you guys left it. So if some people want to be like halfway into the cave, they'll be able to hear you once you make it all the way back to where this thing was.
Okay.
As you approach, you hear the same like dripping of water, but you don't hear like movement or anything else like that.
Any
Um,
sign of the body?
I'm assuming you have a light source because it's pretty dark in here.
Oh, I can see in the dark. Trust me.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I would. Once it gets dark enough, yeah, I'd pull out like a torch or something.
Yeah.
A
Yeah, like
candle.
pretty much the first zone would be the only place that you could like really see from the light coming in, but after that it'd be too dark, especially with how much it's winding and things. So you've got your torch out, and as you come around the corner of where you dropped this beast, you see its feet where it was left first, and they seem to be pretty much in the same place. As you get further in, you see the body. It's not laying exactly in the same position that it was. It seems like it's curled in a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is not super uncommon from how dead bodies kind of move and their muscles do weird things. But you're approaching it like from feet first, move around to the top, and then you see kind of a similar bit around its neck where its skin's grown up and it kind of has these tendril things. The bone has grown a little bit, but it's mainly like flaps of skin that are kind
Yeah.
of tendrily and they're feeling around, kind of searching.
Okay.
The rest of the body doesn't seem to be moving at all, though.
All right. I've got this. I know what to do. I get my rope out. I
Okay.
tie a little loop, like a little lasso slip knot. And then I uncurl the rope and I kind of go meet up with everyone else who's sneaking. I'm like, all right, grab the end of the rope. I'm going to go and tie it around this thing's foot. Then we're all going to run out, grab the rope, and we're just going to fucking run right out the cave.
Okie dokie.
that sounds fair.
That way
Yeah.
we don't have to fight it in the cave.
I like
Sure.
it.
All
Then we
right.
go do that.
Tie your rope. I'll say this will be a group test of pulling it because there's a lot of winding. You have enough rope, but it goes around so many corners and things, and you don't really have any like pulleys or anything. So it'll be a lot of resistance to drag it and bang it through the cave. But definitely doable with how many people there are. So I'll say whoever's pulling the rope, if you just make a force test. I'm going to need 2 successes total.
Would you say that this would be urban or common?
So it'd be Warren or nature.
We're doing a bad job. Dan, were you
What I
pulling the
really-
rope?
Yeah, Braun, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, Warren.
Yeah.
What's the context?
Not.
Warren or nature.
Oh, okay.
I have exactly 0 of those.
Hey,
Oh, you got the 2 successes though.
Should I push it then?
many
I
do we
did a
need?
good.
You guys only needed 2 total. So,
Okay,
I did
so
it.
You got it there. Okay.
Yep. So with that, you guys are pulling. It feels like it gets stuck a little bit at the beginning, with how much resistance there is. But after a while, you guys are pulling it pretty good. You hear it like crashing back and forth against the walls as you're pulling it around bends, and you slowly see its like pale body get dragged through. It's all kind of beat up and bruised, and one of its arms is like twisted in a weird way. You drag it into the light on the mouth of the cave.
Okay.
So is it still dead?
Who has the skull again? Jake, you have the skull still, right?
Yeah.
You've noticed
in
that
pieces,
the
but yeah.
eyes are going a little bit more crazy now as this body is getting closer by.
Hmm.
Well, you had a hand axe, right, Lauren?
Yeah, it's Al's. Or
Al's,
does Al want a rifle to shoot it in the face with?
No, I usually use the axe instead of guns and whatnot. So
Sure.
well, let's just break this thing apart at the joints and keep the parts separated.
You got to keep them separated.
Well, but hang
Hey.
on there. It looks I don't know if I'd advise that until we know how to kill it. Reason being is it seems to regenerate like whatever is missing from whatever gets separated. So if we cut it apart at the joints,
That
it's
means
just going to create more of them.
that's a good thought. That's a good thought.
Just in case we don't figure out how to permanently kill it right away.
okay, so we'll stick the head on the
It's
front of our
multiple.
wagon, and then we'll drag the body behind our wagon.
Do we want to? Would go in the same thought? If we drag it behind the wagon, we're going to be leaving a trail of chunks between here
Yeah.
and our destination.
We could make an unlimited amount of them if that's how it's regenerating. We still don't know.
True.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking? Like we get a good like a rotisserie.
Burn the forest.
You know what? I got an idea here. Where's that pile of skin at?
Right there.
Okay. Could I see the axe real quick, please?
Yeah. Oh, it's your axe.
Yeah. Give me the axe. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure that there's like a nice little surface area of head skin to work with, and then I'm gonna plug up the neck with that skin. Plug up the neck of the body with that skin.
Okay. So,
Not okay.
I will say, so what you've noticed so far, as the body gets closer to the head, it's like kind of like blind, milky eyes are going a little bit more crazy, like they're searching. Skin has not reacted at all or done anything. It hasn't even seemed to like heal itself. It's bleeding the same amount since it's been separated from the bone.
That's just as dead as we left it.
Bring it. Yeah, it looks like the skin seems to be in pretty much the exact same condition. It hasn't been a lot of time, but it doesn't look like it's been moving or anything. As you take the skin and you try to like plug it on the stump of the neck of the body, the tendrils that were kind of reaching out before get a little bit more active, and they latch onto the skin and they start pulling it under the folds and stuff and like reabsorbing it into its body. And it's like ripping apart the skin as it's doing that. And
How many?
There went my
each
idea.
tendrils just kind of.
How many gill slits are in the chest?
There's 3 on each side.
All right.
And they haven't been moving.
Okay.
Are we putting its head back on it?
No.
No,
Yeah.
what I was hoping for was to put skin on the wound so that it would just grow a flat surface and die.
Oh, stop trying to heal. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it would heal its neck shut and then it'd just be like a head in a jar.
Pretty much. Like,
I'm-
a reverse head in a jar.
Can I get that axe for a second?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna go cut down like some small trees and chop them into sticks, good sized sticks, and I'm gonna jam a stick in each one of the gills.
Okay.
Look, at least if it gets up, it's going to have a hard time breathing.
Fair.
Yeah, do a however you feel like. If this is a melee or force test, I'll take either of those. And roll with a +2.
Okay. Can I use I'll use my force cantrip to do it. Ah.
What context is this? Just double checking.
Okay.
And this would be Warren or Occult for the creature.
Yeah, whatever.
It's Warren or Nature for the area, and then Warren or Occult for this creature.
And then you said +2?
Yeah, +2. For specifically like shoving it into the gills of this thing.
Holy
You're gonna
moly.
push. I'll take it.
Oh,
Feel like it. Ow!
Oh my god.
why?
So that drops me down to 0 for my physical.
Oh no.
But I got a success.
All right. Hit your fatigue button.
Oh, yep. Hang on. Like a 1 lingering. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. And this
That's a
is with
lot.
magic too.
It's a lot.
Oh
yeah.
no.
This is fun. This is our first magic lingering fallout condition.
Oh boy.
Okay. Roll me a D24.
Don't do it. It's trap.
Helps if I take the right thing here.
Ooh-wee.
16.
That's a big number.
Okay. And the higher is not, they're all kind of random effects. But, all right. And so you said this was your force cantrip. How do you picture this manifesting as you cast it?
Because of how I've described it functioning previously, I'm going to say that he like tosses it up, like webs it and slams it down. So like so that it gets some momentum, because he's not particularly strong, but then he whips it in.
Get some momentum with some leverage.
Yeah.
How are you picturing your webs being summoned? Are they like Spider-Man, like wrist style, or just kind of like magically apparating in front of
They're
you?
magically like apparating out of my hand.
Okay. Okay. So you jab the first 5 in.
Okay.
And doesn't really seem to be doing, like, you're just kind of like stabbing them in. It seems to be missing anything like vital, but they're sliding through. And it's on this last one that as you're slitting it in, something kind of feels wrong with your body. Your magic kind of surges up and starts burning you just a bit. All your tattoos and things go a little bit weird, especially the ones that are like the legs and the limbs of you.
Makes sense.
Those seem to like be trying to pop out at the wrong time. Like that's not what you're going for at this point. And it kind of is causing a lot of weird like physical pain and stuff, which is where that 5 physical damage is going to come from. But the one success, as you're like kind of wincing in pain, you angle this last spike a lot farther down and more like parallel with the ground almost. And it seems to go through, like you hear a lot more like fleshy sounds of you destroying organs deeper into this thing. And you see the body like twitch very strangely at that and then go a lot more limp than it was before. And all the tendrils that were on its neck just drop.
Oh. Maybe we actually killed it for good now?
I
don't know. You try to. Ow.
But then we're only 2d6.
Oh boy.
3 and 2. Okay, what are those? So your limbs keep twitching and freaking out and popping off a little bit and bending. And then you feel like a sharp wincing in your mind this isn't going to affect you too much, but you got the debuff or the magic debuff condition of stat swap. Swap 2 attribute scores at random may affect HP. So you swap your intelligence with your agility.
Okay.
Until you get this condition cleared, and then they go back.
Do I change my max or my current? Probably just a current.
Current. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't change it too much.
Yeah. I think that affects your totals.
It does. It actually increases my my physical
by 1.
Yeah.
Yep. And then drops you. Oh no. Are you counting up?
What do you mean? No, I count down. I count down.
Okay.
Yeah. And then my
count down.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I was gonna say, like, because that would have dropped your.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, didn't trigger that. That's good.
Yeah. Now, because I got a lingering fallout, does that mean my physical clears again?
It does.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm like,
then increment up your fatigue by 1 more.
Yep, I did that.
Okay.
I remember that part.
Yeah, you just feel like a little bit off. Like your tattoos don't feel like they're lining up quite fine. You've got this like weird ringing in your head and stuff. That'll have to be cleared before you get those stats reset.
Okay. That's
probably everything's fine.
That's one of the not as brutal.
Look, it's the price I paid to grandmother spider.
Okay.
So we all learned that your ghost can sprain its groin. Be careful, everyone.
I don't know if you want to try to get those other ones in a little bit better, but I think I got something there.
Yeah, I noticed on that one where you were spasming, that one was spasming too. So I don't know if it was like some sort of.
Maybe it felt bad. Sympathetic spasming. Too,
the eyes have calmed down quite a lot in the head that you're holding.
I can help, but I don't want to touch it. Oh, snap. Hey there, lollygaggers. How's it going?
Hello.
All right. So I'll just kind of get my bow and arrow out, and I'll kind of squat down close, and I'm just going to shoot arrows into its gills.
Okay. Like of the body?
Yeah, because that's what you were doing. You were shoving sticks in the gills, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just going to shove pointy range sticks in the gills.
And I'm not even going to make you roll for it. So, like, they're just thunking into this body at this point. It doesn't seem to be reacting or anything. The muscle and flesh bit of it, of the tendrils in its neck, have all, like, just totally gone limp.
So I guess we stab its face and see if it's done trying to recover.
Good thinking.
I will say the blood of this thing has been, like, this weird metallic kind of blue. But as you're putting like more holes around its torso where its organs were, there's like this black ooze that's coming out of each of those wounds.
Be right back.
Maybe we killed it right this time on accident.
It's much more thick and like viscous black ooze coming from its organs.
Okay. Well, I say we still take all the bits back with us, just in case it changes its mind.
Yep. Because you thought it was dead last time, so let's.
We did. We really did.
But yeah, I like the idea of putting a stick through the head too. So give me a second, and I'll head out and I'll grab a nice size stick and I'll make sure it's chopped to a nice point, and then I'll jab it up into the head through the neck.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Point would have been good on that stick.
Yeah.
Mine were just hacked off and jammed in.
Pointed stick. Incredible technology.
Roll
Absolutely.
either a force or a melee test on that, and then take a +1.
Oh boy, I do
Is that
like
because the
+1.
stick is pointed?
Yep. And you're aiming like up
I'm
into
stabbing
it
it
a
like
little
a
bit
weapon.
more. Yeah.
Oh boy,
One
a success.
All right. And similar thing, like it has like this kind of bluish blood for the bits of like muscle and stuff that's kind of left over. But as it breaks through part of the bone and this state goes into its brain, similar black ooze comes out and its eyes like roll up and are seemingly in pain for a bit and then go relax.
Think we got him this time, guys.
think so.
Stake through the heart. Why didn't I think of that? Oh my god.
Does that mean-
Well,
okay.
yeah. Well, all right. Well, now you know how to kill one of these. What do they call it? Grunk?
Grusk.
Grusk.
Now we know the secret. We'll never kill another one again.
Yeah.
True.
Or this becomes what we do now. And we become known as the Gruskers.
Yeah.
The Grusk Busters.
Who you gonna call? Because Gruskin makes me feel good.
It does.
I am afraid of somebody's grusk.
It's well,
It's fair.
you guys
I
are
ain't afraid of no
dealing with this
Grusk.
corpse and paling it on the stake. You've spent a little bit of time. It's getting a little bit later. You hear hooves of horses approaching, kind of off in the distance.
Oh, they're coming to steal or kill.
Nerds.
Sort of towards the direction that you came from.
I
They seem pretty far out, but they're
Centaur
approaching.
guy.
maybe.
Do
Do we-
That's true.
Or it's the
Centaur
Inquisitor.
guy.
Or it's the Inquisitors. Do we wait and see if they approach? Or do we start moving?
I mean, if they approach, I'm sure we can beat whoever it is up. But
Well, there's also the cave here that we could retreat into.
true. Let's do that.
But then what if they have all the great ideas for doing things to things in caves that we had for doing things to things in caves?
That's when we beat them up.
I'm gonna go hide in a nearby tree.
I'll be in the cave.
Yeah. There's like sparse trees here and there. Definitely
Alright.
going to find one.
Do you want me to roll a hide
The hooves
test?
appear to be getting closer, and it seems to be not just one set of hooves.
Oh, dang. It's probably those nerds coming after our books.
Oh,
And then, yep,
shit.
if you want to roll a conceal
Yep.
test, anyone that's hiding,
Yes.
All right. Conceal.
What
Agility.
do I need to roll for that?
Agility. Hey, Joe,
it'd be agility. Yep.
would you say the context would be urban or common?
It is not urban or common.
I am
Is,
gonna drive that fucking
Nature
joke
or Warren.
into the
Even
fucking ground.
after like you get other context, you're still gonna ask.
Yeah. I did pull 2
Yeah.
successes, but I want to be sneakier than that, so I'm gonna push.
Okay.
Fuck
Wow.
yeah. 4
Oh my gosh.
Good
successes.
lord.
You vanish. You are
What is conceal under?
you become an ant.
Agility.
It is agility.
Joe, I would like to try to use my feral imbue abilities and shapeshift into a
Oh yeah, I can't
Large.
do that.
spider and scuttle up and hide in a tree.
Trying to shapeshift into a spider
Here.
is a ability.
Oh, okay. I
It's
wasn't
not
sure how
quite
that worked with that.
You can
okay.
get like aspects of a spider, but like to turn into a spider, that's like a separate.
Okay.
Like the
Well,
animal
then I
shapeshifting is
will give myself hairy hands and feet so I can climb better,
Just like
different. Okay.
Toby.
just like Toby.
Yeah.
I, for one, am hiding behind a rock with 2 branches. So I look like a tree growing behind a rock.
Fantastic.
I got no successes.
I see that.
Wait, are you a Leshy?
No, but
Okay.
I could be if they're willing to believe it.
You just got to believe in yourself.
Yep.
So yeah,
all right.
I scuttled up into a tree, and I went up nice and high. So yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, you're able to scurry up. You also get this pretty nice vantage point. You're not hidden quite as well in the tree as Chuck is,
Sure.
but you're like up there pretty high. So
Yep.
you feel like you're pretty good out of sight. And then Jake and Dan both fail. Alex, are you attempting to hide, or what are you trying to do?
I was trying to conceal, but my thing is not popping up with the agility stuff.
So make sure that you are on, like you have your token selected, and then it only populates the skills that you have points in. So if you don't have a point in conceal, that's fine.
Don't.
Just do it as agility. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's why I only rolled 3.
So just leave it as none for the skill and put agility as your.
Bam. Should I even push? Yeah.
I mean,
Hmm.
oh, nothing good, nothing bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say you still hear the hooves approaching. Those of you that failed your concealment, I guess I haven't really decided. It hasn't come up. I feel like you guys would know that you're not very confident about your hiding spots. And there's enough time that you can decide if you want to run like into the cave or not. Like you're looking around out here to find a place to hide.
Okay,
And
if that's the case, maybe I'll go further in where I'll be just out of sight naturally, rather than by my own lack of skills.
Well, that was my idea with going up into the tree, is that I'm out of eye line, so unless they look up, they probably won't notice me.
I think I'm joining Jacob in the cave, I believe.
I'm going in the cave.
Yeah.
That's where the losers go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 of you run into the cave. Who has the books, by the way?
I think I do.
I believe you, Dan.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's not relevant.
No. You hear the hooves approaching, but they kind of die off a little bit. Like they seem to have been getting louder, but then they slow down and you don't hear them anymore. Chuck and John, as you guys are up in the tree and you're waiting, you see a familiar sort of dark shadow blob snaking its way along the path that you guys traveled here. It seems to be hugging along like the tracks of this cart that you brought with you guys. And it joins up with like the shadow underneath the cart and just sits and waits there.
Okay. Can I see a car from where I'm at in the tree?
Now that they're all inside of the cave, no.
Can I see the cave entrance?
Yep.
I am going to shoot an arrow into the cave.
Okay.
I don't want to hit them, but I definitely want to give them a sign of some kind to make sure they're on their toes.
Okay. I'd say like probably the angle that you're up in the tree anyways.
Yeah,
so
I mean just right in the mouth
anybody.
of the cave. Yeah, like
yeah. So the rest of you in the cave, just this arrow like crack into the stone at the mouth of the cave and just break and clattering.
I grabbed the arrow.
Not sure who fired it. Okay, pick up the arrow.
Would I know his arrow?
Maybe. I probably have
I think
short
so.
arrows since I'm a halfling.
Yeah.
I assume they're half-sized arrows as well.
Yeah.
Made with fresh
Yeah,
chicken feathers.
You've probably seen them. Like you guys have been in a fair number of fights with each other.
Who's firing little shorties at us? It's probably
maybe shooting people that were like right next to you in the last fight or two.
There's more short
sure you've
people
seen
out
his
there
arrows
after us. Or he's turned
you
on us
recognize this
finally.
arrow.
That must be it.
And then back outside, Chuck and John, from your kind of high vantage point up in the trees here, you see there's a party of what looks to be 3 people that seem familiar approaching on foot. They're kind of stealthing a little bit. Not they're like being careful about how they're walking, but they're not like hiding from tree to tree. They're just kind of like carefully looking around, seeing if they notice anything. I'm just going to have them roll. That was supposed to be hidden, but oh well. Yeah, they don't seem to notice you guys, and they approach. They start looking around. It's kind of mouth. They see the body of this thing setting down out the mouth of this cave. They look a little bit puzzled by that. They see a goat, some chickens. They see the cart that you guys had brought along. They're just looking around. You see this is the Inquisitor guy that had the big like coat that you saw from the festival, and the 2 heavily armored people behind him on foot. Both of them have their swords drawn. They've got these big like 2-handed heavy swords. And this man in the coat pulls out one of his hands. He snaps his finger up. You see this shot of light go up, and it spirals up above his head just a bit. It pops. And you see there's like this small like firework explosion of these like little embers that all seem to kind of drift towards the mouth of this cave.
Oh, they got fancy fireworks to tell them where the books are.
How close am I to Lonan?
I guess however close you want to be. You both climb trees. Were you trying to be like on opposite sides? Or?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's kind of opposite sides.
Okay, line of sight though, like we can see each other.
Yeah, you guys are able to like.
Yeah.
I am going to catch Lonan's eyes. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I want to shoot the fucking spellcaster.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
Yeah. Hey, Joe. You know what I'm gonna ask.
Pretty common.
They are not. They are occult or echelon.
Uh-huh. All right. Oh, fuck
One
me
of these
sideways.
days.
I'm pushing.
Oof.
But you do have advantage, so.
An advantage is just added another die to the pool because you're attacking concealment.
I would like to ask a question.
Yeah.
Can I use my once per session tiny person ability, re-roll an agility test?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Scrapping that shot, doing it again.
Oh, no. Well, it's technically a success, so.
I'm fucking pushing it.
Oh, no.
Good God.
Ouchie.
Yeah.
All right. I'm still up. I've got 3 out of 7. And just one hit.
So that 3, I'm going to say this is like you straining. You're like leaning out, trying to get a good shot. And then this is just like all of your muscles being strained, holding yourself to the tree.
Yeah.
3 points damage from that. But you do get that 1. So roll. I think you have a D8 trusty weapon now. Is that right? From your upgrades?
Let me confirm that. Yes. Where it is trusty. I don't have the fucking tag on it though. No. It would be a D. It must.
I thought you upgraded it to D8
I
and
did.
trusty last time.
I did.
That's what
but
I
it's
remember.
not showing.
So-
Yeah. Let me. Yes. D8 trusty. Because, yeah, I traded off some stuff to do that.
There.
I traded off
Should
my
be like
booger
that.
sugar. That's what I got rid of.
Yep.
And I got rid of my gold coins, too. I think my sheet didn't save last time.
Oh, it could be. Yeah.
So with Trusty, I roll the damage die twice, and I get to pick.
Yeah. So if you do your impact die macro, do
Oh,
number of
that's
dice 1, dice size 8, and then just click the trusty box.
Yes, I remember that. 8 damage.
8 damage. All right.
Nice.
And then you two communicated. So is there anything
Yeah.
you're doing also like coordinating this opening attack?
Oh yeah,
Hey, John.
I'm leaping out of my tree, going for
Okay.
manifesting the mandibles to bite at the Inquisitor, the
Okay.
lead guy,
Sure.
using my melee cantrip.
For sure. Go for it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You can also roll with advantage because you're attacking from concealment.
Eddie pointed out you have to do the Xena battle cry when you do that.
Well, it's a little hard because
It's
how
the
do I-
effort that counts.
how do I make it roll with advantage, Joe?
So on the modifier bit at the bottom, just
Mhm.
put a 1 instead of a 0.
Okay.
And that just adds the pool. The modifier is just like,
Oh,
because it's
nice.
building a total number of dice that you're rolling, the modifier is just mathing it.
I'm just gonna take that those 2 successes.
Okay. And
Thank
that'll
you,
be
George.
2d6.
PD6
Roll with
impact.
your impact. Yep. And you're attacking this main sorcerer guy?
Yes,
Well, okay.
6.
6 damage.
Chop, chop.
All right. So, the rest of you, you're looking out from the cave. You're in the darkness, so you can kind of see this. You saw them walking up. You're a little bit more alert. You saw this arrow ping at the front of the cave. You saw them kind of walking around. You heard the animals react to these people. And you see an arrow come right down like into the collarbone of this caster right after he fires off this little like searching spell thing. As he recoils from that and kind of bends the other way, you see John land on top of him with his mandibles and take a big bite. And the two of them are just knocked prone to the ground.
Like a
And the
rabid
fight breaks out.
old child tackling a human being and biting them in the face.
Yes.
Yeah. He just lets out this like, as he's tackled and knocked to the ground. You guys actually break through all of his health.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Let's go into initiative here. Whoever wants to act or whoever wants to do initiative, roll. If you don't, we'll just say you're going in the middle.
I am going to initiate, and that is an agility test, correct?
It is a physical saving throw, so
Yes.
whichever higher of your 2 physical stats.
Okay. That's it. All right, I pass. Kick ass.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna pass this time
So am I.
because I fail my initiative
I
every
pushed
single
it.
time.
Wow.
I pushed it to have 2.
Okay. Take 1 physical from that, but you get 2. And getting multiple successes on initiative doesn't do anything until there's
had
abilities
none,
that you can buy. Yeah. There are abilities that can play off of the advantage or the successes that you get on initiative tests if you invest into that. But by default, rolling more than 1 just doesn't hurt. So it looks like I see John and Chuck's rolls. Did
Oh,
Dan roll?
I did not. I said I was gonna pass, so
Yeah.
I could go in the middle.
Oh, okay. Okay. Passes in not rolling, not
Yes.
that you rolled and you. Okay.
Sorry, I
Got it.
should have worded that better.
No, you're fine. You're good. So Chuck and John, you guys get to go first.
After you, Chuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna take another shot. So it's the spellcaster. You said we broke through his health. He's still up though, right?
He is still up. So the way mechanically most of the time this works, unless they have a thing where they get their health back,
Yeah.
usually they're pretty much at like one hit. Like they have a first health bar, and then they're like at 1 HP to where they do like a morale thing.
Okay. Well,
So he's like wrestling for his life. You can't really tell like what he's trying to do because he's like in this brawl, but he's basically at like if you attack him again and deal any damage, then
Yeah,
he is
that's
down.
that's what I'm gonna do. Because I think getting rid of him will get rid of the ghost dogs as well. All right.
Okay.
So agility.
And are you
range.
so are you trying to kill him
Oh yeah.
or okay? Just making
Yeah.
sure.
And I'm guessing that I got that advantage last attack because I was attacking from hidden.
Yes. So
Okay.
now they are aware of your
Okay.
location, so
Okay.
it's no longer hidden.
Cool. Ah, screw it. I'm pushing it. Don't break myself. I did not break
2 more
myself.
damage, but you got 1 hit.
I got one hit
So-
now. Fucking take it.
D8 trusty.
Oh, only 3.
And that is exactly how much you needed to deal 1 point
Nice.
of damage to him because he has 2 resistance. So
Nice.
you're wrestling around with him, John, and the second arrow comes and sticks straight into him.
Thank
And
you.
you hear him gurgle a bit, and he perishes. With that, you see, because you were looking for it, Chuck, you see that shadow kind of fade out, and the opacity of the darkness underneath the cart returns back to
Nice.
normal. There are just the 2 other guys that are standing. So, John, you're wrestling with a dead body at the moment.
Yeah. Did he
you are
have?
prone.
Okay. Did he have like a sword or a dagger or any kind of weapon? Like even on a
None
belt?
obviously on him.
Okay.
So he was a caster type. I think the last time that you guys saw him, you saw that it was like his cufflinks were his spellcasting focus.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
But you don't see like an obvious weapon on him. He might have like a dagger or something buried in his coat somewhere, but
Sure,
you don't see
sure.
anything just like straight
Okay.
on.
Well, then I'm just gonna rush at one of the armored dudes
Okay.
with my mandibles snapping. Actually, a question
All right,
for
roll
you.
it.
A quick question
Yeah.
for you. And maybe I'll use my turn this turn. Could I use my my feral imbue magic to like put poison on them to make them like venomous in any way?
Yeah.
Or okay. Would I do that? Roll this turn and then do the attack next turn, kind of thing.
Yes, if you're adding a thing to
Okay.
it, unless you get multiple successes, then you
Okay.
can also do the attack. But one of them would be adding this like poison.
Right. All right. I'm just gonna throw a cantrip in here because there's nothing for adding for the spellcraft. So.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna push. I'll take it. And so now I have whatever that would give me, I guess.
Yeah. I'll keep track of that.
Okay.
So you've got poison on your mandible now.
Yes.
Okay. That's your turn there. So now these 2 guard types, they both kind of like look at each other. They see that their spellcaster friend has fallen, but they still shore up, and they kind of move closer back to back, and the 2 of them like swarm on you there, John.
Yeah, that's right.
It looks like they're both about to attack you, but they don't get their full action yet, as the rest of the people get to act now. So everyone else that's going, you see that these 2 have moved up. They're about to strike on John here. 3 of you in the cave. You're all within a movement to come out and attack.
Time for a good old fashioned re.
I would like to go out there and punch one in the face.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, whoever wants to go in whichever order.
You want to go first?
Now you go first. You go first.
Okay. I am gonna stab.
And is the context on this common or religion?
I thought it was urban or common.
It's a cult, right?
So the spellcaster guy was echelon or occult. The soldiers are echelon or urban.
Damn it.
Hey, look at that. Let's go ahead and push it for fun. Oh, not fun.
Oh.
But 3 successes.
Sorry.
Joe,
Okay.
what is your cat destroying
The cat
over
is.
there?
I don't know. They're freaking out.
Must be the ghosts.
I think they're
Oh.
on their scratching post, but there's like a piece of my window that needs repaired that they like took off. They came to fix my window today, and they had the wrong glass, and they just left it kind of partially disassembled, and then my cat's been batting that around.
That's
Super helpful.
thoughtful of them.
Yeah, that's great. So yeah, with that 3 successes there, Dan. And this is you. You're doing like your melee cantrip.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, take that 2, and then you have. It would be based on whatever your spellcasting context is, on what type of
Occult,
damage you're taking.
so I took it in physical.
2 physical. Yep.
Yep.
All right, and then yeah, you get 3 impact dice, so 3d6,
Oish.
Not bad.
10 damage. All right, this thing's still up. As you smack
Give him
one
a
of
good
these-
old fashioned re.
Yeah. They seem like their armor is resisting some of this, but they seem to be quite a bit beefier than this spellcaster was. at least
That's not what I
health-wise.
wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, they were wearing like full like plate, weren't they?
Yeah, these guys are very like heavily armored. Their
Oh, dear
face is
they.
completely obscured by all that. They're pretty kitted out.
I think the important thing
and-
is we got the one that they were probably designed to protect first.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And you don't see any like fancy things on these guys. They've just got 2 big swords. So Alex, you got your attack roll in there as well. You got 1 success.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Roll your damage there.
Oh yeah.
You're attacking the same guy that Dan went at.
Mm-hmm. And that's just one. That's 1 dice, right?
Yes. Yep. Okay. 2 damage. So as you go out, what is it that you're attacking with here?
My fist, because I'm a monk.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you're running up and you punch with your fist, and the 2 is like what their armor seems to be. So you land a hit. It's pretty solid, but they kind of just move back. It doesn't look like it hurt them with that.
I'm tenderizing. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. Yep.
You're ringing the dinner bell.
Breaking it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a couple of
Okay. And then Jake, I think you're the last person that needs to go here.
Well, I failed my initiative roll.
Oh, okay. So then they get to take their actions. So you guys have run out. There's 3 of you out here now. They're mainly concerned about Dan and John. So they're each going to attack you guys because you're doing heaviest hits. So they're going to swing their swords.
They have a lot of dice.
That was more dice than they were supposed to roll. I had the wrong thing selected. I had that one. Okay. Oops. That's how many dice they're supposed to roll.
Those gonna connect.
Still hit.
Yep. And the other one's going to attack there as well. And they're going to push.
Oh.
Okay. Dan, you're going to take 6 physical as this
that
sword
is
cleaves into you.
enough to bring me exactly to 0.
Do you have any physical armor?
I have 1 physical armor and 5 physical points.
Okay. And then John, they deal 4 damage there to you.
If
Physical.
only I hadn't pushed, I would have been fine.
I still have physical pool left.
That's good. All right, Dan. You don't have any fatigue, right? Because you had your long rest.
I do not.
Okay. So just roll me a d12.
A 10.
10. Okay. So increment your fatigue up by 1 now, and then mistake. So your next action is hindered. So you lose 2 dice on whatever your next deal is, but then it's cleared.
Okay, well that's not horrible.
Yeah, not too bad.
And
yeah,
do I then reset?
No, so you
Not
stay
until
at
the
full.
end.
So your fatigue goes up by 1, and then when you take this is like an immediate condition that you're taking. It's only the lingering, like the slightly worse ones that clear your whatever pool it is, and then
Okay, so I'll
the
stay
really
at
bad
0.
ones clear all of them.
Yep.
So yeah, you stay until you get hit again, and then it's until you get a lingering or until you get healed that you're
Okay, but
Yeah,
hopefully he
resets.
doesn't hit me too hard.
Yep. All right, Jake, your turn.
I guess I'll come running, screaming out of the cave, and then witnessing a car get attacked, I will attack the fellow who attacked the car with my whip.
All right, that is the most hurt one as well.
Ah, excellent. Run melee.
Yep.
And you say they have echelon, right?
Yep, echelon or urban.
All right. Ah, jeez. Come on. I'll push it.
Oof.
I regret everything.
You're running up to whip, and they just kind of elbow you as you're trying to get the whip on them.
I do the Indiana
All
Jones
right.
whip myself in the face.
Yeah. Unfortunate. All right, next round of combat. Is anyone trying to do initiative?
Sure.
Yup.
Yeah. One of them's looking pretty hurt. The other one is not at all.
It would be just a straight agility for me then.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Since I'm almost super dead, yeah, I'll initiate.
Yep.
You're
Okay.
fine.
Or would I? And I wouldn't take my -2 from this roll, would I? It'd be from my combat test.
It would be. It's the next like skill or yeah.
Just double checking.
Yep. Although I didn't specify that, but that's how I was thinking of it.
So note to
I
add
guess
it to the
technically
description.
that falls under test, but I meant it as like next skill or spell
Like
test.
when I do like
saving
combat attack or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Any like normal die roll. Yeah. Not saving throws are exempt from that. So all right. Looks like Jake, Alex, or Dan, whoever wants to go first. These two are they're almost back to back with each other.
I'll
One of them's
try to
pretty hurt.
redeem my previous failure.
Sure.
Trying to click the context box. Hey, there we
One
go.
success.
Um,
Cracks off.
Don't push that.
yeah, I won't push that.
You could. I won't stop you.
Yeah, I know.
That's the problem.
3 damage. All right. With that, so like that 1 damage pings in. This guy's still up, but he's looking very hurt.
push them.
You push that,
Nice.
Alex.
Oh, there you
All
go.
right. Fantastic.
Nice.
Get 2 impact dice out of this now.
There we go.
All right. 8 damage. And was this in the one that was injured already, or the other one?
The one that was injured already, just to make sure.
Okay. And with that, that is enough to you drop him past his health. So he's like knocked down a bit. It looks like he's 1 hit away from dying, pretty much.
Nice.
All right, I think I still get to go. So I'm gonna be like, pull up my finger, gotta catch my breath. Yeah.
Okay. 2 successes. All right. Are you going for the guy that has been like knocked down to 1, or for the other one that hasn't been hurt yet?
The guy who's been knocked down to 1, is he effectively out of the combat, or would he still be able to participate? That's the question.
Depends. It depends. So he is much more susceptible to being argued out of combat, basically. But if his friend
right.
is still up when it comes,
Then
to
I'm
his
just
turn and he's
gonna
still
murder
fighting-
him out of combat.
Thank you.
Okay. So with that, yeah, he's knocked down. He's like trying to brace himself on his sword and get back up, and you just get him.
That's what you get.
Gurgles a bit and drops over dead. One last guy up and standing. He takes a step back and flourishes his sword a little bit. I think so. The only other 2 people that have to go are Chuck and John. You guys both failed your initiative,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
Yep.
That is correct.
Okay. With that, all 5 of you are all on him. So I'm just going to have him roll randomly for that.
Wait, I'm still up in a tree.
Just going to look around too. Oh, you're still up in the tree. That's right. You haven't dropped down. 4 of you have dropped down. Okay. So we'll do.
Being all
I'm just gonna
smart.
do
Yeah.
Yeah, I
zoom
never went
overlay
up.
mode. So 1 John, 2 Dan, 3 Jacob, 4 Alex.
You need to make a victim.
Don't pick
table.
me.
Alex. It's going to take a swing at you. Got 1 success. He's angry because his friend just died. He's going to push. That hurt him more, though.
Mhm.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
So he strains himself and takes a swipe down at you.
Dealing 1 damage.
3 damage.
All right.
If you have any armor, it's reduced by that.
Down to 2 damage.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not dead.
That counts.
All right. And then Chuck or John. It's your guys'
Chuck,
turn.
may I bite this man?
Please do.
All right. I'm going to try to bite this man with my
Okay.
poison mandibles.
Bite him straight in half.
And then what were the contacts you said for these guys?
Echelon
Common
or
and
urban?
okay.
Urban or common?
Both.
Urban or echelon?
Urban or echelon. Okay.
We're just gonna make Joe never put those contexts in the game.
Yeah. I love that it pops up. It's like you could hit that button and re-roll.
I'm gonna do it.
I will remind you guys too, on any roll you can burn attribute points to get an auto success.
Oh, neat.
So
I'm not gonna do that right now, but I'm gonna push it because why not?
Ooh.
Because that happens. So Joe, I'm out of physical health again.
okay. You have fatigue, right?
I do. So click
All
my
right,
fatigue.
push your fatigue button. Okay. That's not bad.
Okay, yeah,
Increment it up by 1. Roll me a
Yep.
d12.
can do.
8. Stumble. Okay.
I
This
missed.
one's not so bad with just 1
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
So stumble, you lose your position or move unfavorably. So I'm going to say you just kind of like run past him.
Yep, I
Trip off to the
lunged at him
side.
and missed.
Yeah.
I meant to
Okay.
do that.
Oh yeah. You like trip over the body,
Yeah. I'm just panting.
and then Chuck.
I shoot. And I get
This
a
guy's
check
still
of
up. He's hurt
context.
himself twice, but has not taken damage other than that.
I'm gonna leave it with 2 successes.
Okay. Roll your
Not
damage.
bad.
And I get to add an extra die on there for the extra success, right?
Yep. 2d8 trusty. Yep.
2d8 trusty.
9.
9 damage.
Okay, with that you've knocked him to 1 HP pretty much. So you've run through his health. He's also knocked back. And they're at like their 1 HP thing. So for him, his morale he looks around, he sees that the rest of his people have dropped and died.
Yeah.
He reaches to his waist, pulls out a dagger. You see it looks like he's going to go to try and like kill himself.
I'm in a tree, so I can't stop him, but even if I wasn't in a tree, I don't think I would.
Out of curiosity, I'll try to grab his hand with my whip to stop him.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm not the most agile person.
I'll say anyone that's going for this is kind of out of initiative at this point. So anyone that wants to make like a whatever test. Jake, if you're doing that, I would say that's melee.
All right.
You're just trying to like catch.
Hey, one
One
success.
success. Yeah, it's pretty weak. So you whip it. You like crack the back of his hand pretty much, and it does that like reflexive thing where it opens up and he drops the knife and it clatters away. And he plops back down. He's just holding himself up kind of with one hand. And he looks at the lot of you. He doesn't speak.
So, why for the pursuit, friend?
You took the books from us. Why are you working with them?
We're not working with them.
They want to end the world again. Did you see what happened out at the east?
Not
We're trying to
personally,
stop
but
that.
Do you not hear us?
yeah, we're not working with whoever the East people are. I was actually hoping to at some point investigate what's happening in the East to see if I can't make a little money fighting against it. So it's not anything personal, and it's not anything destructive, I assure you.
Yeah. Unless you're a monster.
He looks at the lot of you too. He's like, I do look different than who we normally go after, but
Oh, have you seen our
he
grass?
said
Yeah.
he said you have the books. Do you guys have the tomes that we're here for?
We may have one of them.
We have like somewhere between 1 and 300.
Yeah.
I'll climb down
And-
out of the tree.
While you all are chasing around harassing innocent librarians, we're out here killing Grusk. So
Trying to solve the real problems in the world.
Yes, they doing the Lord's work out here.
Yeah.
She's not innocent if she holds on to this
Oh,
horrible
see,
knowledge.
that's where you guys are assholes.
I don't
See, now we're
understand why they
assholes
try
too,
to-
but for entirely different reasons.
Yeah.
If I've been out there, why anyone would want to hold on to whatever caused this is
See,
beyond
you
me.
assume
Yeah.
that these things caused it, but you don't even know.
I would say we're like a different
Or-
flavor of asshole.
or for even, maybe the answer to undoing what caused this could be in there.
Yeah.
If not,
Kettle
think about
corn
that.
flavored asshole.
What if the thing that caused this, and then it was like, oh crap, those books can uncause this, so I'm going to blame those books on causing this. That
Yeah,
way people
it's my
won't
great
uncause the
conspiracy.
books.
Maybe
I'm
you're
going
working
to
for the
send
wrong
you
side.
nut jobs after my weakness. Look at you.
It's not knowledge that anyone should know.
Yeah, see,
Those
that's
of-
what they want you to think.
We've had people try to study them, and it's never gone well.
Clearly, they didn't know how to cross their eyes first.
That's a good point.
It's how far you are, and then crossing, and then relaxing the eyes.
Mhm. It's a depth thing.
Remembering to not cross your eyes for too long, otherwise it relaxes your sphincter and you poop yourself.
I mean, this is a real
I
threat,
didn't know
but
that.
Which will leave you with a
That's
flavor
good to
asshole.
know.
Evil magic. That's what I'm talking about.
that's why you read books on the toilet, like God intended.
Oh, that's
That makes perfect sense.
yeah.
Point is, we're monster hunters, not monster bringer abouters. So this book is safe with us.
I'm sure the people that wound up destroying their entire nation also didn't want to do that, but they did, using the knowledge in those books.
But we're better
That's
than
why
them.
we're here to.
We are.
See,
Yeah, we're way
Have you
cooler.
seen our credit score?
Let me ask you this: How
Our
long have you
magical
been at?
credit score?
How long has your order been at collecting these books?
For the last 200 or so years.
And have you collected them all and kept the world safe?
Fair deal of them,
so
but it hasn't
no.
happened.
Well, you know,
There's only been one tragedy out to the east, and a few people have tried to read from them and lost their minds, and we had to put them down.
But did they do
And
anything like bad to other
Did they-
people?
yeah.
He looks
and did they
over at
make
this.
everything worse?
He looks over at this like brusque creature that's laying there, and he's like, "These are the types of things that people become when they try to go into these tomes and don't know what they're doing. That's not a natural thing there."
Yeah, well, we
Yeah,
were
we
trying to
can
some
figure
other
that.
unnatural things. We got witches talking to children. We got giant jack in the boxes. There's some sort of giant shrimp
That's
that
true.
makes music into people. Look, there's a lot of weird stuff out here. And until we understand it, we won't understand these books. But going around harassing people, killing people, trying to take the books and keep them from them ain't going to fix nothing. Because you don't even know what to do.
If they give us the books, we don't kill them.
That's a load of shit.
Yeah.
We saw what you did to that lady after she gave you those books.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Didn't you burn down her house?
You burned down her house and you almost murdered her.
The little shadow puppy.
He seems genuinely confused by that.
Oh, you don't know what your boy here did.
Wait a minute. Now, is there a possibility that this fella who did the house burning might have been part of some sort of like alternate faction of these guys who want these books to do the
That could
bad
be.
stuff?
That could be.
That could be.
But that, like, you see him kind of like pause when you say alternate faction. He says, "I don't believe there are some of us that have other approaches, some that say some of this nonsense that you are speaking of trying to understand the books. But every time we've attempted that, it's never ended well. We've lined up with things like this creature here before you that messes with people horridly. They transform into these awful beasts. One of our... And there was a... What was his name? He's thinking a bit.
Was it
I believe-
Franklin?
What? No, I believe our last high mage, Jasper, I believe is his name. He was one that tried to do this as well. It's awful.
And then transformed into a giant shrimp.
Or Badger?
I know, we executed him.
How long ago did that happen?
It was before my time, about 150 or so years ago.
That kind of would track, I suppose.
He was put on trial. There was many people that thought like him, that want to understand, they say, what happened, but It's not worth it. Every time we dabble with this stuff, it ruins people, it corrupts them, it causes more. We're just trying to get rid of all of it. Eradicate all of that, all of these books. Burn the ones and ink the ones that we can't. It's the safest thing to do.
Well,
Okay.
I disagree. So
Yeah, and I mean, I see where you're coming from and all, and we have some things to perhaps discuss among ourselves. But the real question is, what are we going to do with you?
Yeah, this is a question only you can answer there, buddy.
I suppose I go back to Kethris.
And
All the way back.
In a body bag?
what are you going to tell them about us?
Depends on if you let me leave with the books or not.
No.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Won't be leaving at the books,
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
I don't understand why you want to hold on to these things. Like this thing beside you is proof that you shouldn't read them.
You don't
But-
you don't have to understand. You
Yeah.
Honestly,
have to do that.
it's not even like we're reading them. We're just keeping them for safekeeping.
Yeah, you guys seem like a pretty bad group to have these things.
We destroy
honestly,
them. We dispose of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
No
but you
one
also
is
willing to do
destroyed
this.
people who were just trying to keep
That's
on
what
to
the
a
bad
little bit of their
guys do.
heritage. Yeah, like
Yeah.
listen, like I'm fine letting you go, but
The woman gave it over willingly.
yeah, and you
'cause we
willingly
told her to.
murdered her,
yeah, because you all were threatening to burn her house
we did
down.
not.
which you did anyways.
I never threatened to.
Well, you didn't,
No,
but
we-
your leader over there did.
We spoke with her, and she was.
Yeah, he
Most
put a
people
shadow
are-
beast in her house. didn't he?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Am I-
Yeah. You tried to
Yeah.
kill her before.
Yeah.
All of this, he's very confused by.
Oh,
He's like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
we just spoke with her. Usually people are very freaked out by the fact that we know that they have
That
the
they
books.
almost died.
And
Probably before this.
Well,
we
all right.
show a little force. They seem intimidated, and we get the books, and then we
Yeah,
leave.
do
That's
you
all
hear the
we ever
words? The words that you're saying?
yeah.
do. Well,
right.
I mean, it's better than attacking them. I've never.
All right,
Then
buddy.
you do it anyways.
Buddy, pal, buddy,
Amigo.
listen, amigo. Here's
Guy.
what happened. Like, we're new to this, and just this little bit we saw your boss needlessly threatening
Being a colossal
people,
turd.
and then after he had the books, he went ahead and tried to kill her. Luckily, we were there to save her. Are you familiar with those shadow creatures that he was making?
There's no shadow.
They're always in
creatures.
your shadow.
Yeah.
He we rode away. He got the books and we left.
And he sent one of his shadow creatures back.
There's no shadow creatures.
So
There's-
you're
he-
just really
Man, these guys are
oblivious.
ding dongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can just
Well, I
kill
guess
him, right?
you're.
I
you're
was
new
really
kind of
wanting
to
to
this,
save
but
him, but
eager.
this kind of real
Stupidity.
stupid devotion and like I don't want to kill him. I really don't. I want him to be able to go home. But at the same time, I
We can
think
send him home.
he's never going to stop.
Our mage friend here that you murdered is here for locating these books, and he has some defensive and restorative spells.
I'm gonna go
I
pick
have
this dude
restorative
up.
spells too. Oh my.
I'm gonna go pick
Hey,
this
yeah,
dude up and like
spells.
look at this creepy motherfucker. Just look at him.
Does he have any books with spells in them on him?
Does this dude vibe with I've only got defensive and healing spells? No, this dude vibes with I'm a creepy motherfucker.
I mean, he's
Creeps
a
McGee
little-
over here is
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I'm a
not
holic.
great at first impressions.
Or
I
last-
traveled with him for weeks.
Mhm.
He was fine. I've
Oh,
never
so you
seen
didn't
him
even
do
know the
anything.
guy?
I've only been with him for the last few weeks. I was assigned to him, or he was assigned to us, really, to locate.
Okay, who assigned him?
It sounds, it sounds like there might be some nefariousness in your own organization that maybe you should go back and root out.
Yeah, who did
'Cause,
the assigning?
like you said, corruption can spread.
There's inquisitors above me.
I'll tell you what,
wow.
I'll make you a deal. If you can agree to this, you can go free, right? If you're not agreeing, we get a feeling that you're playing shady with us, Gareth over there is going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
With my fist.
yeah. So here's the deal. If we let you go without the books, you go back to your organization, wherever the fuck they're at, and you do some snooping, you do some research,
Think
And-
outside your tiny brain box.
and you see if you can find hard proof that there's no one doing shady things. There's no one killing people that shouldn't be killed, and no one using these books that shouldn't be used. And if you
We
can
haven't
come,
had a.
no,
we
I don't
haven't
want a
had
we
any of
here.
that in
I don't want a
many
we.
years.
I want a
We're all
you.
executed.
I want an I. Don't trust what you've been told. I need you to go out there and I need you to find this or find a lack of this for yourself with your own eyeballs. Don't.
He thinks it over. He says like, it'd be much easier for you if you just let me leave with the books. Like even if I leave without them,
Gareth.
they find you guys again. Like they're able to locate you.
Gentlemen,
So I don't-
gentlemen, could I have a private conversation with y'all over here?
Ooh, team huddle.
Yeah,
Team
team huddle.
huddle.
Yourself.
Team
We'll
huddle.
be
There's
right back.
more scouts like him
Mm.
Mhm.
that will find these books as well if you hold
Yeah,
on to
yeah.
them.
It's very true.
Well, it looks like they're pretty fragile, so
Huddle up here, guys. I
Hey
don't
Joe,
think
is beating a man who's given up with your fist a common context? I'm just wanting to know.
for future reference. I think that feels very common.
It's
it's common to
better on the
us.
target. So it's still
While we're in our
Echelon
huddle,
or
I'm
urban.
gonna take
Okay,
Gareth. I want to
okay.
take your hands. I'm just gonna put some arrows on like Wolverine claws and just use that rope to like a boxer. Yeah, with
I don't think this guy would even know what the books actually look like. The mage was the one who told them what they were. He wouldn't even crack one open, I bet, to verify it.
Mm.
Do we have
So you're
some
saying
extra
we
books?
open it up and put it in his face and be like,
no.
"Ah,
I get
whoa!"
what you're
I'm
saying,
saying-
Lonan.
We give him 3 fake books and send them away.
We go
Yeah,
to the
2
town.
books.
We go to the
Or 2
town
books, whatever.
library. We get some old, creepy-looking books. Give them those. Be
We're
on
gonna
your
send
way.
them off with some Mad Libs
Mhm.
that are filled in.
Do we? I'm okay with this because, guys. Yeah, you go with that. What about you,
Yeah,
Al?
yeah.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
car.
that's
If he'll buy it.
I'll sell it. Don't worry, I'll sell it.
Yeah.
as you guys like
We just need to sell
and
them
are
while we're
huddling,
doing
he's going over and he's kind of like tending to the 2 dead.
Okay, here's how it's going, man. I mean, you're wrong. That's the simplest fact is, but we've got other things we need to deal with right now. No, stop talking.
All I can
Stop.
assume is that
Stop.
you haven't been to the east.
Shh, shh. I'm gonna put my little finger up on his mouth. Just shh. You're gonna let me talk now, buddy. Okay. You don't forget you're the hostage in this situation.
He slumps back
Okay.
and looks at you.
We did some talking, and we have decided that one, we can't trust you not to tell people about us. 2, you're right. There's other sniffers out there that'll probably find these books,
7. And
Right.
we're training more.
right? And 3, we've got other bigger fish to fry right now. Like, we've got the books stashed we'll send you home with the books.
He looks at all of you as you're saying that. It's like, yeah, you've come to your senses on that then.
But we want your word that you and your organization aren't going to do any reprisals on us.
No, that we never do. We are purely out here for
Okay.
retrieving any artifacts that could be a danger. We
But-
take the books, we take artifacts, we take maps.
Yeah.
We always leave the people alone
So yeah,
unless they fight us.
you're going to come with us. We're going to go into the nearby town where we've got them stashed. We're going to give you the books. You're going to take your 3 horses. You're going to put your friends on their horses. And you're going to go back home.
He seems confused when you say stashed.
We've got the books hidden somewhere safe.
They're
You
close
have
by.
them- you have them here.
They're
You don't
they're
bring
nearby.
all the books with you, do you?
We were following his spell, and it led us here.
You don't bring all
Well-
your books with you everywhere, do you?
It would have.
You know how heavy books are?
Also, that's
There's
a
just
grusk,
two.
and we just killed
Yes.
it.
His
It's
shit was
part of this whole thing,
Yeah.
so it probably pinged off the grusk. As a magic user myself, these things can happen.
I don't know shit about magic, but that sounds
I'll
reasonable
let
to
you.
me.
With that, I'll let you guys. You can do like a deceive.
A
on that.
bullshit roll.
Yeah. I'll say
We are bullshitting him.
you can take a +1 on that.
Okay. It's charisma, right?
Yep.
All right, and then +5. Okay.
Okay.
I think I'll take that.
Two's not bad.
Yeah. With that, so you say like it must have pinged off the Grusk, and Grusk is like kind of in the direction where the spell is pointing to.
I mean,
I
it
think
would have
so
been
for a
at the
bit.
cave.
Yeah, and because you guys were inside, and I believe Dan's the one that had the books or something. I forget.
I do, yeah.
Whoever had the books was inside the cave, so
Yep.
that lines up. And he seems to be confused by that. He's thinking about it. He's clearly not a magic user. So he's like, I've never heard of it mispinging off of Grusk
Well,
or any changed person before, but I suppose it could be what happened. If
I mean, think about it, man. The books brought about the change, and these are change beings, so they're all interconnected. So it makes perfect sense
Right.
when you think about it.
I suppose, yeah.
Cool.
Well, I guess we'll travel back then, and wherever
Get you your
you have these
books.
stashed, I can return.
All right. Load up your friends.
He stands up, and he's already closed the eyes in both of them, and he picks up both of their bodies and just lumps them over his shoulders.
You
It
rode
starts
in on
walking out.
horses, didn't you?
Yes, they're he kind of gestures like they're just around the bend over here.
Okay.
Yeah, so to the stash.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
All right. He starts following you guys.
I'm going to try and relay some information across the team. When we get to town, lone and in a car, you two head off, go find the library. Find a couple books, old enough, look similar, look spooky as shit. Hand those over.
And you,
And we
That's
need to
right.
research in something that we can put these books in that'll block magical signals, like a Faraday cage or some shit.
Yeah, a magical Faraday
Gruskin.
cage.
Yeah.
What if we wrapped it in Gruskin? Maybe that'll work. I don't know.
Or we just make a magical Gruskin.
I mean,
Oh,
we
that's the
could try, or we could try it for free.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Gruskin skin already, so
We could try, yeah.
just since we're taking the monster with us anyways.
Mhm.
Also, we need to steal this guy's cufflinks because we don't need to send them that stuff back.
True.
Yeah, they're still on him, so he's like carrying both of these bodies. He slips them over the back of his horse, and he's leading the other horses behind him.
I mean, that's up to you guys. I don't magic shit, so
I do. I mean, do you want cufflinks?
I could take the cufflinks, I guess.
you two could split them.
I mean, I already have
Twins power.
an accessory item,
I'll take the cufflinks. They'll go good with my Lamellar jacket.
Sure.
Sure. They're very fancy, like gold with like it's like a bright red jewel of some kind. It's encrusted to them.
Neat.
But you'll have to get them off of him. He's like not letting you loot their bodies. But
Well, that can happen once we're giving them the books.
I have an idea about possibly masking the books.
With masking tape.
I'll say you guys are able to travel back to town pretty quick. So we'll say like you're just at the town here and
Okay.
you're posted up outside. You've just made it inside or are you like on the edge right inside the wall?
Yeah, probably wouldn't want to go too far in with a dead Grusk in the back.
or dead people. For
That's
that matter.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Sure.
You two go off and get the books from the stash.
Yes.
This counts as a short rest, by the way, for as the encounter ended.
What's that give
Okay.
us?
Oh, good.
2 in one stat or 1 in all stats.
Yep.
Nice.
Unless you have an advance that lets you heal more.
Like 2 in 1 stat. 500.
Ah,
Nice. All right. Well, let's
Hey,
go
Yeah. let's go.
find some books.
Yes.
And as you guys get into town, he says like, I guess we can meet back here and after you find your things. I need to find something to bundle my friends here. He's leaving his the 2 horses are like tied up, and then he's bringing the 1 horse with the 2 bodies on it. He's going in to look for someone to like get like body bags, pretty much.
well then Al and Gareth, after he's kind of out of your shot, why don't you two stay here with the cart? I'm going to sneak follow this dude. Make sure he doesn't do anything shady.
Get those cufflinks while you can.
The bodies are right there.
He has the body.
Okay, he took the
He
bodies
has 3
with him.
horses.
He'll have to leave
so
them
he,
unattended at some
He
point in time.
parked 2 of the horses, and he's
Okay.
pulling one of the horses behind him that have 2 bodies like slung over them, and he's going to look for like a trader or someone to buy body
Okay.
bags from, or bags that he can use as body bags.
Well, for now, I'm just following to make sure he doesn't do anything shady. Well, he does his work, Lona and Akar do their work.
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
successes.
Nice.
Nice.
Ooh-wee. Yeah, I'll go through and I'll try and find some. Assuming this town does in fact have a library.
Yeah, this is the
There's
starting town,
there's a
right?
small one.
Okay.
This is not
this
the
is small.
starting.
Okay.
So you guys are off.
This was the creepy witch
West
town,
Reach
right?
is the
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Making sure. Okay.
Yeah, I want to look for something sufficiently old and maybe with like some sort of a marking on the cover of the book.
Yeah.
So basically just
Yeah.
going through each shelf.
Yeah, there's not like a dedicated like library, but there's kind of like this general public office. It's got like maps of the surrounding area and lots of just sort of kind of random books. Some are on like apothecary type things. Some are on people
got a
family trees
lock
and
or
stuff.
something on them.
Yeah, and then people are allowed to go inside, but there are like staff of the city that are in there, just kind of going through random things. And so as you walk in, they're like, "Oh, is there any particular book you're looking for, or a map of? Or are you trying to travel somewhere?" Or
No, we were just well, actually, something with maps would be quite handy. Do you have anything maybe a little older with maps of the eastern regions?
oh, as you ask for that, they look at you and kind of like look you up and down and look at you as well. Like they get a little bit panicked from that question. They say, "No, we tend to not carry that type of thing. It's a little dangerous to hold on to that sort of information."
Well, if
I have maps that go out as far as Hearthsloth, but nothing past that.
well, if you have anything in like an atlas form, some sort of a book that I might be able to carry along without worrying about dropping it or accidentally tearing it, that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah, we have a few guides, things that are meant for traveling. And they'll bring you over, and there's like a shelf of several books that have lots of like prints of common maps in the area.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a couple of those.
All right.
Maybe something that's old and outdated and probably wouldn't even be used anymore.
Yeah, there's like there's some that are on the shelf, and then there's like kind of like a stack to the side that aren't on the shelf anymore that are much older, and they're like, "Oh, well, those are a little out of date, but if you're into that sort of thing, you can take them, I suppose."
All right. I'll So, what do I owe you for the books?
If you're taking these outdated ones off our hand, no charge. We're trying to get rid of those.
Oh,
Free is
thank,
the best price.
Mhm.
thank you very
Those are
kindly.
several years out of date.
Ah, well, that's what a quill is for, isn't it? Well, you take care, and I'll give him a playful tap on the shoulder.
While he's busy getting books to give away, I'm going to actually kind of snoop around a little bit.
Okay.
See if you can't find something of value.
That's right.
Sure. Like inside the library as well here.
Yeah, I mean, that initial answer you about maps seemed a little shifty.
Yeah.
50 in here.
For sure. Yeah, if you want to do like a discern or observe or some tests like that, if you're looking for something.
Those are all skills I am totally great at. Let's see here. Discern is or observe, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Wisdom. And what would the context be?
He said common.
This would be common.
Oh no. So what? I need to check.
If only I was there.
This would be common or
Do you, Dan?
Urban.
That.
this would be common or urban actually.
The two I've got.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Missed my
That's fine.
moment.
Common or urban.
I got 2 successes out of 3 dice.
Nice.
Wow.
I pushed it for no more.
Wow.
That's good.
All right. Yeah. So you seemed kind of off put by how they answered and how like panicked they got specifically about that question. Something didn't sit right on that. So you start looking around. And kind of the same thing that you were looking like think back to the library you guys were at before in the previous town, how there was like things behind bookshelves and stuff, and you're just kind of searching on that. And you do find over kind of one of the back corners, you see a few books are like pushed out almost to the edge of one of the shelves, and you look back there and you do see there is like a normal looking kind of book that's got some bits of paper sticking out the sides of it here. And as you pull that out, it looks like there's a book with several maps that are like folded up and pressed inside of it. There's a lot of pages that have been removed from this book, so it's still like the same.
Looks right.
Yeah. But as you open up, a few of them kind of spill out. You see there's lots of maps, and Might be a little hard to open up the maps without being noticed, but like you definitely have this book.
Well, we're doing them a favor by stealing these maps.
Sure.
Yeah.
Doing them a favor. Because then those guys won't come and murder these librarians.
Do that.
All right, Chuck,
Plus
you're
they're hiding more stuff.
Trailing this guy with the horse and his 2 dead comrades.
Yup.
All right, and he seems very like true to his word. He's pretty exhausted from the fight. He's kind of like limping a little bit, leading this horse along. There's a few people that kind of like shy away from him as they see the bodies just like draped over the back of this horse, but he doesn't seem to care or mind that at all. Eventually, the second shop that he makes it to buys a bunch of bundles. He goes in for a little bit and comes out and he has like some old cloth and tarps and twine and thing. And he plops both of the bodies down on the ground, rolls them up into these bags, and places them back on the back of the horse.
Make sure to hit the
He's
zip
not
line.
really looking around. He's not very like attentive or anything, it seems like. So it's not hard to trail him.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I'm just trailing him.
Mhm.
I'd say if you're trying to, do you try to take the cufflinks or anything off the bodies?
I did have
before-
that extra success, so maybe if there's a chance, I'll
Yeah.
try it.
I'll say
We're gonna steal.
because he went in to talk. Like he was kind of leaving the horse off to the side.
Yeah.
So it was easy for you to take it, and I'll say the extra success is that he didn't notice the cufflinks are missing from the bodies as he's like rolling.
Very
back.
cool. Okay. I will give
Alright.
those to
And
Al
he starts
when I
making
get
his
back.
way back to like the edge of the town to meet
Yeah.
up with you guys.
Okay.
All right. So you all reconvene with that. You've got your 2 fake books. You've got your map book. He's got his bodies all twined up. He sees a lot of you approaching, waves.
Give him the
Just
books.
looking, he doesn't see anyone like holding the books out, so he looks around at each of you. Says, "Well, have you visited your stash?"
I'll hold up the books and I'll hold them out to him and say, "Now you be careful with these, of course."
He looks very like hesitant to grab them. Not out of like, you don't get like a disbelief vibe, but like he's scared of them.
Could we put them in a bag for you, maybe?
And he's like, no, they shouldn't do anything just by holding them. And grabs them and he like very firmly has his hands pressed, like he's holding them on the side to keep the book closed.
Good. That's the way we like it.
Mm.
Yeah.
He fits them into his bag. Runs down. He's like, well, I'm glad you made the sensible choice, and now we won't have to cross paths again, hopefully.
Yeah.
But again, do keep your eyes peeled for any unorthodox behavior among your people.
I still don't. He thinks, he's like, as we were coming back from, I was thinking it over more. Like, what do you mean by these shadow creatures?
Go back and talk to that librarian lady, if she even will talk to you.
Yeah, I saw him casting a spell. It's like a portion of his shadow broke off, and the shadow darted from other shadow to other shadow, and eventually it kind of formed and coalesced into like this dog hound like creature made of shadow.
He's looking it over. He's like, are you sure that was...
Without a
He
doubt.
looks at the...
As a matter of
odd
fact,
guy.
you can ask a whole bunch of people in town who fought the other 2 that went into the center
Yeah.
of town and
I
started
was-
attacking people.
After you
We almost
all
forgot about that.
got those
Yeah.
books,
Yeah.
I watched the shadow creatures he had return to him and form back into his shadow. Like,
Don't be surprised if they try to fight you if you go back there, though, because they're going to be mad at you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Say you're working for.
But don't worry about that, I guess.
Say you're working for Ahab Levine Sherman, Monster Hunter.
Ab Levine Sherman. Okay.
Or Al Sherman. That
Or
works.
maybe, ditch the armor when you go back to that, if you go back to that town.
That's a good choice too. They probably didn't see your face.
It's fair. Yeah, they definitely didn't. Like, he was totally armored up. She's like, well, I would hate to think that we caused any trouble to people, but I suppose I can. Not that I
Go find
don't
out.
believe you, but I will like to get a second side of this story here, or another perspective on it.
Of course. Judge for
I'll
yourself.
do that.
Yeah.
And with that, he mounts up on his horse, and you see he orients himself. He kind of pauses on it for a bit, and you guys would know like where Kethris is at, where he wants to return to, and where West reaches are like totally opposite directions. And you see him kind of like pondering which way he wants to go for a bit.
I'd
And
recommend you go educate yourself.
with that, he rears his horse and heads to Westreach.
Okay.
Fellas, we did something good today.
Hey,
You did do
maybe.
something good. Maybe.
A little
Yeah,
bit. Slightly.
possibly.
Yeah.
So we should get a room, and I've got an idea about the books.
Hiding the magical signature.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes, that would be nice.
I do know a little bit of
With that-
spellcraft.
This is where we're going to cut it for tonight,
Okay.
as it is.
I just because I want to put it out there, because otherwise I may forget by next week.
Sure. Yeah.
Is I want to use my basically I'm going to spin a magic web and cocoon the books to shield them because
Okay.
I've got divination type spellcrafting, so I'm gonna like try to shield them from
Okay,
being
yeah.
detected.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
got some of these to throw in there too.
I will make a note.
We'll
of that.
have to look at our maps that we got.
Yeah.
That probably won't make any sense.
I just don't want them continuing to track us or the books.
I agree with
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, they seem to be able to pinpoint you guys like
Yeah.
to that cave.
I mean, they got fancy Roman candles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even if like I have to periodically redo it or something. Yeah, I mean they probably are pretty potent and might wear through it over time, but I can do it again hopefully.
Sure. Alrighty. So yeah, we'll wrap that there. You send one of the Inquisitors with a little bit of a crisis of faith off back to Westreach to see what his more shady friend did to town as they were leaving. You seem to have totally killed the Grusk the whole way back. The body didn't react at all.
Nice.
Seems like destroying its internal organs is what finally like kills it. It tries to heal itself until the brain and its lungs and heart and all that are destroyed.
Now we
Yeah.
know.
Killed some people, and we'll say like it's pretty much right at nighttime here too, so you guys will do a long rest, and you'll start next session right at the next day, starting the next day, and we'll go out from there.
That means I'll get some stats back. Can
I can
reset
lose my
some
fatigue.
fatigue. Yeah.
Yep.
We should do our XP questions as
Yes,
well.
we should.
Yes, I definitely wasn't going to forget that.
I believe you.
All right. So, did you participate in the session? Everyone gets that one. Did you gain or remove any conditions?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It's still an O for me.
And, yeah.
Yep. Did you fail a roll or take harm from a push?
Yes,
did.
I did.
Yeah.
Probably everybody. Did you make any progress on the story or objective?
I think so.
Everyone did for sure. Yep. Learned some stuff about Bresk. Definitely killed it this time. That's an objective.
True.
Learned more about the Inquisitors, that there used to be a faction that they thought they executed all of them.
Maybe not.
They believe Jasper was executed, and we've heard conflicted reports that he's a giant mechanical mantis out in the deep basin now. So there's that.
You gotta do what you gotta
Yeah. And then, did you earn a GM boon? I don't think anyone had that tonight. But everyone should have got at least 3, some of you 4, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up 3.
Sweet.
Yeah, picked up 4.
I'm now the
Alrighty.
evolved monk.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that works. All right. That'll wrap it. Next time we'll pick it up. You guys will be in town. See if you ever run into your Inquisitor friend again. See if you're able to keep the Inquisitors off your trail with your divination spell there. And what other shenanigans you guys get into. What else do we have on the radar there, Chuck?
Let's see. Today is Saturday. Well, for the Twitch channel, Wednesday, we're going to be doing some more Night Below using Dungeon Crawl Classics. We're moving into Chapter 2. Friday, we're back here for more of this. John, you want to throw out what we got happening on
Sure.
Tuesdays? Yeah.
Tuesdays and Thursdays over on the YouTube channel for Defenders of Kobold. We have more episodes coming of Oops All Goblins, our Pathfinder 2nd Edition game, where I run the party of all goblins through the Age of Ashes adventure path. We're nearly at the end of book 1, and we left to it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next few episodes. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's all I got.
Alrighty. Yeah, and then we'll be back here on Friday for episode
7.
7.
7.
Yeah, because this was 6 tonight.
Yeah. How much experience is everyone at?
I have 17.
I am
I'm
setting on. Go ahead, John.
Oh, I was gonna say I currently have 9 because I've practiced a couple of things here and there. And I think
I've
Do you have
none
17
available.
unspent, Dan? Or
Yes.
have you been spending it?
7. I haven't spent it because I keep forgetting to do it, and then I don't remember how much it costs to buy things.
Oh.
right there.
I've had 15 total, but I've spent all of it.
Yeah, I'm spent.
I'm looking in the advancement section in the rule book, and the cost isn't right there punching me in the face.
Scroll down a little bit. There's a table that shows that to you. It's experience and progression is the section you want.
Yeah. So it's 3 XP for a skill rank or a spell rank.
Oh, there it is.
So
It's
you get it from
above
1 to 2.
the advancements.
Or
There it is.
from 0 to 1 or 1 to 2. 4 XP if you want to get it from 2 to 3. And then 5 for a new context, 6 for a new advance. That lets you pick any advance on the table.
I found the table.
Yep.
I'm setting on
Well,
So you'll
3.
have a
wrong
pretty
place.
serious power spike next session.
Maybe. I mean, I could also just pick dumb things like common and urban. No, just joking.
Is it common or urban?
You only buy contexts.
I didn't buy contacts, and it definitely wasn't urban.
Nice.
That works for sure. Cool.
I'm gonna take sturdy.
Yeah. Picking up extra health is helpful. I think.
Oh yeah, because that gives you some health.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gives you more health and you heal more on every rest.
Mm.
So heal an additional on every long rest and every short rest, additional 1. Even if you pick like if you pick to put 2 in one pool and you pick like mental, you still heal 1 in your physical if you have sturdy.
Some interesting things to think about.
I might
Yes.
I might set on my points until next session and then take fucking priority. Because I always get in
That,
position and just shoot. Priority during an encounter, you get an advantage die on your main action if you don't use any swift actions.
Yep.
And I always just fucking find a place to set and just fucking...
Oh. Yeah, you're typically not moving much.
Taking pot shots. And
So you could dish out some more damage, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might do that.
I could almost buy 3 advancements.
Almost. Yeah. Yeah, you have a lot. Yeah. That works.
Well, I've also been taking fallouts like every session somehow.
Yeah. That adds up a lot on experience. Getting those.
I like it though. It encourages you to
Take a little risk.
try. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I like rewarding failed rolls and taking fallout damage. Like, I think that's a good way to make you not feel horrible about getting beat up. And
Risk a little, gain a little.
yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yep.
See you in a week for this, and tune in for all of our other stuff that everyone else said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Have a good night.
Goodbye.